boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to do a match in the Type 5 Heavy on Pilsen. And basically, this is just kind of to show you good map awareness. Obviously, the Type 5 Heavy is a very slow, lumbering, very heavy moving. Turret moves slow, tank moves slow, doesn't turn fast. Aim time on the gun is not, super fast. So, with good map awareness, you can actually, if you play it right, kind of be pre-aimed in positions where you see light tanks going to, or if you think a light tank might be coming around a corner, be pre-aimed in there, and get shots in there that normally, if you don't really have good map awareness, you wouldn't be able to get those shots in because. You might be looking the wrong way, and as slow as this tank moves and the turret moves, if they pop your track off, it's going to it's going to make a disastrous end result for you because they're going to rip your track off, keep your track, sit there and put rounds in your butt, move around the other side of you, and just keep spinning around you. If you can really be aware of where a lot of the tanks are at on the map, and it gets hard, when there's 15 enemy tanks and you got 15 friendly tanks. Obviously, you don't want to turn around, be pre-aimed in a spot, thinking there's a enemy tank that's going to come zinging up there, and you got a friendly tank next to it, and you shoot the wrong guy. That's I've seen it happen. So you just got to watch, keep a close eye on your mini map, and you'll see when I'm watching. Like I saw that 41 GF up here, I'm like, he's going to sit here and rip this 152 apart, but I was able to pop up in there and just take him out. So one light gun, and our ISU 152 now doesn't have to worry about getting butt raped by that 41 GF. So I'm slowly moving my way this way, and my plan was to come out to this alleyway, and at the end of this alleyway, when you come out there, at the very end of that road down there, so you're going to come out here, is basically, I was almost going to guarantee that the UDs 03 and the STRVS ones were all going to be setting down there and pre-aimed for somebody to come pop around this corner, and I wanted to be the one to see if they were down there. So I made sure the front of my tank was facing that way and just kind of keep it at a little bit of an angle and poke out here, wait for a second, and there they are, bing bang bong. So I knew they were down there, and so my decision was get the front of this thing back into the building, and we're going to come around the other way. Because eventually they will find a weak spot on this, and I didn't feel like losing a lot of hit points. They were shooting standard rounds at 288 pen. Well, they shoot them with those premium rounds, and it bumps them up over 300. They're going to rip right through the front of this, no problem. So I see this IS-3 here, and I figure I'm just going to go in there and bully him. I'm out, crap my pants when I come in here, point at the front of his tank, pull the trigger, and bounced. I got a critical hit and bounced. You see that mark right there? I literally bounced an HE shell off the front of an IS-3. I could not frickin' believe it. I was like, I've never bounced, I don't think I've ever bounced an HE shell before. But let alone this thing, and it's a premium, 75 pen, but still, HE, it's HE. It normally does that, 610 damage. I was just dumbfounded when it bounced off the front of him. I could not believe it actually, I was just real shocked that it actually bounced off him. I couldn't believe it. So, one problem gone, and the T-28 prototype was kind of running with me. I see the T-30's on the right, KV-4's on the left. So I kind of wanted to get this KV-4 gun because T-30, yeah, it's got a bigger gun, but T-30's rolling around the other way. He's worried about the low. So now our KV-4 is gone, and the T-30's right there, and they're starting to cap us already. I'm like, you gotta be freaking kidding us. This is not the fastest tank in the world to be rolling down there to, get a recap. I was going to shoot the T-30, but somebody beat me to him. So I get aimed in on this UDs 03, and I aimed a little bit too far behind him. That was just a terrible shot on my part. So far we've bounced 2,310 damage, and we've done 1,767 damage, and we've got 3 kills. So now right now it's 10-7, so I mean we're beating them. Now we're beating them 11-7. I just took out that STRV one. I thought, well, this is just going to be we're going to roll right over them. And I saw that we had a Bat Chat and artillery. We got a ISU 152. I'm thinking we got plenty of stuff that's over by the cap to go ahead and reset it. I thought I'm just going to work on what's over here. And then I'm looking at the T-49 heading over to our Bat Chat artillery. And I just noticed our Bat Chat 12T got knocked out. I'm like, wait a minute, they're catching up to us really quick. I'm going to start heading back towards our cap because I could have got on their cap, but I would rather push back to our cap and defend our cap and be the aggressor taking the shots that I want versus setting on their cap and having them shoot and pen me or knock my track off and just keep resetting the track and whittle me apart. So I'm keeping an eye now, and we've got myself, we've got, I think it's a Jagdtiger and a low. We just lost somebody else, our 54 lightweight. So, well, and it's now down to me. So I take a crappy shot at the T-49. I've got a decent reload in this. It's 16.51, but that's not. I mean, I've got, I've had tanks that were worse. So I see the Bat Chat, and I try and spin the whole tank. Just keep up with him. I just knew it wasn't going to happen. He's got my track off, but I just auto lock, pull the trigger, and bye-bye. I'm not worried about that T-49 really, because he's got the small gun. You can see I had a little bit of a lag. You can see my turret kind of jerking. So I had kind of a little bit of a lag issue, but I saw that Bat Chat coming in the back of the building, so aim down there, click make him go bye-bye. So now it was down to me and the T-49. In a way, I was wishing it was me versus 5, so I could have got that, oh gosh, what is that medal where you're alone against 5? When I first popped in here, I thought maybe that T-49 hopped up in there, or up over here. I know I've seen tanks get up in there. I think I've seen him climb up into this area, and I thought he's going to be sneaky and start shooting me in the butt. Because I think I've seen him actually climb up right up in there. But I didn't, start getting shot in the butt, so I just figured he must have popped out here, and he's probably, I was guessing either on the right side or the left side of the building. He was just going to pop me. But then I see him on the left side, which I was actually very surprised he was still lit. I don't think he thought he was actually lit. So, just kind of good map awareness. I knew he was going to be on the right or left, obviously. So I looked on my right, but I had my gun facing towards the left already. And I think he actually didn't think he was lit, to be honest with you. And he kept going across the front of that building. He popped out, and he came out a little too far. And I already had my gun pointing that way, so I already shrunk in, and it helps out, taking him out. So we ended up, what did we get? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kills. And we ended up getting 7 kills and 2,877 damage, and we blocked 3,960. So we did not the biggest damage game. A lot of the stuff that I hit was basically one shots. But with good map awareness, you can kind of be pre-aimed in areas and keep an eye on areas where you think a tank might, try getting around on you and getting your flank. So anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll have some post-game stats for you. So just hold on, I'll be right back. Alrighty, well here's the results of that match, and that's a prime example of having good map awareness. In the Type 5 Heavy, it's just a slow heavy tank. The turret doesn't move fast. It doesn't traverse fast. But if you're keeping a good eye on your map, you can see where the light tanks and the medium tanks are coming at you, and you can pre-aim in, like I did with a couple of the Bat Chats and the T-49. Just having good map awareness, knowing where they're going to pop out or possibly pop out, being pre-aimed there helped out immensely because Type 5 Heavy doesn't have the best aim time in the world, especially like when I hit the T49 at that quite a distant shot there. Um, it was already kind of thinking that's where he was going to come around the corner, and sure enough, that's where he was, pre-aimed in that area, so the gun was already shrunk in pretty much, and was able to pop him and take him out. But that was a Master Badge Class 2, Reaper, Shellproof, Duelist, Bruiser, got a Top Gun, Steel Wall, and a Cool Headed. We knocked the Bat Chat out, hit him once for 588, knocked out his track and destroyed him. The other Bat Chat we hit for 282, finished him off, knocked out his ammo rack, radio turret, fuel tank, and destroyed his track. Bounced 3 of his shells for 1170. Bounced a shell from the T30 for 750. He got killed right before I was able to shoot him. Hit the T49 for 171, finished him off, knocked out his fuel tank and his track, bounced 2 of his rounds for 480. I hit the IS-3 twice for 845, knocked out his radio, track, gun, observation device, track, and injured his driver, bounced 2 of his rounds for 780, spotted him, and he got damaged for 299 and knocked him out. I think that IS-3, I'll have to really pay attention during the replay, but I think he actually bounced one of my heat rounds, or HE rounds, when I came in the building there. I almost swear when it might have been lag, but I could have swore it actually bounced the heat shell, or the HE shell, and HE on these things, you don't bounce them. That was really strange, so I'm going to have to really watch. It might have just been lag, because it looked like it just didn't do anything, so I'll have to pay attention when I watch that. The KV-4, we hit him for 610, knocked him out. Knocked out his track observation device. The STR-VS1, took a shot at him and missed, but he got hit for 8 damage upon spotting him. The other STR-VS1 hit him for 69 hit points, finished him off, and knocked out his engine. And when I come around that corner with the STR-VS1s and the UDs-03, being there was 4 of those total, 2 STR-VS1s and 2 UDs-03, I went out that side door and I kept my front facing right down that alleyway because I had a real strong suspicion that they were going to be setting right down there. And sure enough, I come around the corner facing and boom, 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 boom. I bounced like 3 or 4 shells right off the bat. Bounced the UDs-03 for 390 and bounced this one for 390. Hit the M41 GF for 312, knocked him out. Knocked out his track, turret, and his gunner. We did 2,877 damage, got 7 kills, and the experience on that was 1,118. We had 11 shots, 9 hit, 8 pens. So yeah, I must have bounced one of those on the IS-3. That is, wow. That's the first time that I've ever shot a shell out of this tank with this new derp gun. That's an HE shell, and I actually had a tank bounce it. So very interesting. We just splash damaged a couple tanks. It says 2. I don't know if that's 2 hit points of damage or 2 tanks, but 2,877 damage. Got hit 13 times, 3 pen, 10 bounced, so we bounced 3,960 damage. We damaged 7, destroyed 7. Damage with our assistance was 307. Made 47,421 credits, but lost 32,259. Because I simply press that 2 key and get more damage out of the same shell that you pay less for. I've shot both types, and the difference in money is actually pretty substantial. We did finish heavy tank mission number 1. You had to kill at least 5 enemy vehicles. We didn't do the second part of it where you destroy at least 4 enemy vehicles from a distance of 100 meters or less. But we did the primary and destroyed 5 vehicles. So I'll have to go in there and change it to the next one now. But anyways, this is just a real good example on map awareness so that you're pre-aimed or watching to see where tanks are coming out so that you can already kind of be pre-aimed, pre-shrunk in, and get a good shot on them without missing or waiting for your gun to shrink in, and just kind of easily clicking and taking them out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I'll see you on the battlefield.